What is up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of the F1 Mobile Racing Career. We are here for episode number 2 today for the British Grand Prix in season 1. If you guys didn't miss the previous episode, the opening of this series at the Canadian Grand Prix, definitely be sure to go check that episode out before you see this one. A very entertaining episode as we got our series underway, and actually a really interesting result. As we can see here, we claimed 4 car blueprints for the Williams. We're not going to further upgrade a car, but coming to the British Grand Prix should be an interesting race as we can see what kind of pace we have around this fast sweeping circuit. So enough said about that, let's get on the qualifying. So here's the qualifying order at the moment. It's Sainz, Leclerc, Verstappen, Perez, Hamilton, Russell, Norris, Ricciardo, Ocon, and Alonso completing the top 10 there. Just like real life, Sainz has pole position, but it's slightly different order and dry conditions here. So here we go down the main straight. No DRS down the straight. Now heading out into Abbey for the first time, flat out through there and coming towards a village corner. The car feeling okay so far as they now come into this slow section. Taking a nice run line through there and getting a good run through here as well. Getting on the power next line with a decent first sector for us, so hopefully that'll reflect the time as we now head out to the Wellington straight. Getting to open the DRS right now as we now head down towards Brooklyn and Lufkin. 24-2 green first sector, so interesting to see where we are in relation to everyone else as they go through this long left-hander. Now the right-hander of left field trying to get that good exit and that slingshot onto the old pit straight as we now head now towards Cops Corner. Again, our car's not very good at this race, unfortunately, so we're going to struggle a little bit here. The Silverstone's a very fast circuit on Silverstone. A lot of fast sweeping corners. There's only like a couple slow sections, and that is the village section as we now head through Maggots and Beckett's for the first time. Taking a little cautious here, going on the brakes a little bit, just to make sure we make the corner and not absolutely bin it. As we get to open DRS again, it's a purple second sector though, 42.6. That's a little promising. As we head down the hangar straight towards Stowe corner. We're going to try and complete the lap and not bin it at the last moment as we now go through this long right-hander. And we'll get a tire though on the grass though a little bit. Sorry for that little delay there. As we, I think, just turned in a little too much as we now go through the Vale chicane, sorry. And coming out of the last corner, where it's going to put us, that mistake's going to be a little frustrating. So now come across the line, where it's going to put us, it's going to only put us P6 though, splitting the two Mercedes. We're behind both Ferraris and Red Bulls, but ahead of both McLarens and both Alpine. So it was a decent qualifying for us, could have been better, but enough said. Let's just get on with the race. So here's the starting grid then. It's Sainz, Leclerc, Verstappen, Perez, Hamilton, us, Russell, Norris, Ricciardo, Ocon, Alonso, Bottas, Joe, Gasly, Sonoda, Schumacher, Madison, Albon, Stroll, and Vettel around the grid. So here we go. Let's get ready to 5 red lights for the British Grand Prix. Here we go. It's lights out, and away we go. It's a decent start for it. This time we actually dropped the clutch at the right time, and it's going to be a drag race now between me and Lewis Hamilton towards turn 1. Both Rebels and both Ferraris getting away. We get the inside line, and we squeeze Hamilton. Now give him the room though. We do manage to have a good drive there. And now Perez is trying to get past one of the Ferraris. That's Charles Leclerc there. As we go through here, we take a little too much curve, we get a corner cut, but it's not going to matter too much as we try to get a good run through here. Getting a decent run, but then watch the Rebel just slowly roll away there as they now head down the Wellington straight. We pull a decent gap to Lewis Hamilton, so not under pressure from him too much. He's going to head out through Brooklands and left field. It's going to be interesting to see how we take this. Take it nice and easy to that first corner, hugging the inside here, getting on the power nice and early, and trying to stay with the Red Bulls in the first, but they're starting to run away already. Perez has pulled almost a second gap to us as he now heads down towards Cups corner. Hamilton though further 8/10 behind, so again not pressurizing us too much as we go through Cups. Flat out, no need to lift there. Now coming towards the Maggots and Beckett section for another time. Alright, look at that. The Red Bulls have pulled 2 seconds on us in literally just about half lap as we take through this much faster than we did in qualifying, as we now know that we can take it much faster. Looking behind just to check if Hamilton's going to catch up to us. No, he will not. As we go head out towards Stowe corner for the first time in this Grand Prix. Taking a nice wide and tightening the apex there. Then getting a good run through. Now coming into the chicane, the Vale chicane. Make up a lot of time there on the Red Bull. We are very good in that chicane, I must know. We do make up a lot of time under heavy braking. But the AI just seem to run away in the high-speed corners and just the straights as well. As we now start lap 2 of this British Grand Prix. Still trying to pressurize Sergio Perez, but it's just not working as he is still way up the road there. As we go here a little too deep, almost with the apex. And we now come to this left-hander Getting a decent run through there. But again, we're close to Sergio Perez, but we just cannot catch up to him because the guy's got such great straight line speed. As we now head towards Brooklyn and left field for the second time this race. Coming through there nice and easy, down to fourth gear, flip that apex. Now go through this as well as we can. Taking a tight line though, not getting the greatest exit. That's going to allow Sergio Perez to walk away with that fourth place there. As we touched the inside a little bit, that's going to slow us down though. But right now, when you look at the gaps, we are 2 seconds ahead of Lewis Hamilton, and 2 seconds behind Sergio Perez. This is literally going to be a stalemate now, as we do not have the pace to keep up with Sergio Perez. Hamilton does not have the pace to keep up with us, which is somehow surprising because the Mercedes is a much better car and the Williams, at least on paper. Then again, it comes down to the driver, not just the car as well. As we now come through Stowe Corner for another time, taking it nice and fast there. Trying not to touch the grass there just so that we don't lose too much momentum. Anyways, coming into the chicane for another time. Again, making up time on the Red Bull. Again, not being able though to make any inroads on Sergio Perez as he's still walking away on the straight. And he's also at the final lap then of the British Grand Prix. Sainz still leads the way. I think he's ahead of Max Verstappen and ahead of Charles Leclerc and Sergio Perez. So kind of similar to real life, uncannily, as we come into the village section one last time. Take a nice run through here. But Sainz, if he holds on, if he can do this right, he can take his first win here in Britain, and then will come Verstappen and Leclerc. Hopefully Leclerc is having a decent race with the pressure on Verstappen there. But Leclerc is leading the championship, so he shouldn't try to put himself in unnecessary situations that would probably cause too much risk. As we go a little wide there, but then we get that slingshot exit that we need. Head down the old pit straight. This is a very quiet race, I must admit, as we had almost no action pretty much from the start of lap 1. The only action we had was trying to stay with Sergio Perez. That didn't work, and then we had that little tussle with Hamilton towards turn 1 on that first lap, but that hasn't worked either. Anyways, now coming through the Rebecca section for one last time, just looking to bring the car home, finish the race in a lofty P5 in the Williams. I mean, our car just simply has no pace. We cannot keep up with the Ferraris and the Red Bulls. I feel like if we had a better car under our hands, we could definitely charge up there with the forward driver as they now come into Stowe Corner for one last time. What if we could take this flat out? I'm just not 100% sure. Don't want to run too wide and throw away this P5 as we come into the tail chicane one last time. Going a little wide there, managing to hit the second apex, getting a decent run out there, and then we almost lose it there as we actually do something else there in that split second as we're going to come across the line to take P5 for the British Grand Prix. Behind Sainz, Verstappen, Leclerc, Perez, but ahead Hamilton, Ricciardo, Norris, Russell, and Gasly. Thank you all so much for watching. If you guys did enjoy, definitely be sure to leave a like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Goodbye, everyone.